Good afternoon, Phoenix. I just made my way back from the gym. Had a full day at work today, and a part of my schedule is and my commitment to self and health is to go to the gym immediately following work on selected days. Today being one of those days, so I was glad to be able to go. It's turned into a great stress relief, and it resets me so that I don't take any of the pressures and stresses from work home. And I'm energized. I used to be that type of person that get up in the morning and go and start my day, but I'm getting older and I'm trying to go with the flow of my body and my moods and what works best for me, versus trying to live up to Tiffany from 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. Embracing my age and my lifestyle and what works best for my family, and again, just my mood. So it is a mood improver and a stress release. So I just left the Y, and I wanted to share with y'all just an experience that I just had at the Y that speaks to the need to be surrounded by like-minded people in most of the places that you go in when you're trying to grow. All right, there are times, of course, when we're around all kinds of people. I love diversity, so I love being around different types of people at different stages of life, progress, growth. So there's not. I'm not. What I'm saying doesn't apply to just being around a diverse group of people, but when you're in your areas of growth, whether it's financial, physical, spiritual, and being around like-minded people is imperative. I was just at the Y and I was doing my thing, and probably going a little harder than I should. But I went over into the free weight area. In this particular gym, they had the like the hanging vertical sit-ups that you can do, where you're hanging and you're using your lower legs and your torso. You're pulling them up and to exercise your lower abs. So I was over there doing that. Now, mind you, I had just did a pretty intense ab workout and core workout over in the Nautilus section. So I'm coming over here to do my little extras and the free weights, and I get onto that little vertical hanging little contraption so to do my ab work. And I didn't even realize I was just going, as much. My sets are kind of different. I don't always do 2 or 3 sets of 10 or 12 or 15. I go until muscle failure. So I just keep going. So I'm counting, 25, 35, 40, whatever. And I got off and I went to wipe off, go get a little paper towel and cleanser and wipe off the machine. And when I get back, I noticed that there was this guy, really muscular guy, who was kind of, guys all over the place, but he was looking, I thought he was looking in the distance, like behind me, because I was in front of a glass so he could see out to the street. But he was looking at me. He wasn't being creepy or anything like that. I wasn't trying to make any kind of advances or stuff, but he was looking. And when I got back to wipe off the machine, he said, "You only did 2 sets." And I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, but apparently I did too much on that side." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And so I said, next time, I'll do better. I said, I was trying to do a little too much. I said, "You see, I was trying to save face, show good face." And he's like, "Mm-hmm." But, of course, he took a chance with being friendly or just kind of being a cold gym rat or something, holding me accountable. But it was encouraging. It was really encouraging to be in an atmosphere where people are, being demanding with themselves and being fit and having that as their focus. And so the assumption is that everybody who's there is of the same mindset, and that's to push themselves, especially in that area, the freeway area, to push themselves. And he wasn't going to let me slack off without saying something about it. Hey, you only did 2 sets. And it's kind of like, in this world, we don't just do 2 sets. So, get up there and do it. So it was encouraging. It felt like I was a part of something. And I just encourage everybody to get around like-minded people who won't let you slack off, even if they don't know you. This guy didn't know me from Eve. So, but the idea is that everybody who takes the time to be in this space, to take the time to dress the part, look the part, take time out of your schedule, and to be there is there for a reason. And so we're all there to kind of push each other and encourage each other. So I like that. So no matter your goal, get around and get in the atmosphere, even if you don't know anybody. I don't know anybody at that Y yet, but it makes me want to go back, and hopefully he'll be there, or some other people are, familiar, and we can kind of push each other. And, I can say, hey, I did 3 sets today, or whatever. And it just helps. It really helps to be around a group of people who are doing the same thing you're doing, who are ahead of you. Because at one point I want to ask him, hey, you got any suggestions for abs, So it relieves that burden and that irritation of always having to feel like you are defending what you're doing and why you're doing it. If you have other people in your circle who are being budget conscious, then you don't have to always defend and make excuses and worry about what other people are thinking when you decline certain offers, and when you go a more economical route with your meals or things like that. When people are of the like mind, then they're asking, hey, what are we all bringing? I remember I used to work at another property in Spartanburg, at the Spartanburg Marriott, and our little group had gotten to the point where everybody would bring something from home, and we would have like a potluck lunch. So that was a great little crew to have. Everybody's on the same, mind. It's better to eat from home, even though we worked at a 4-star hotel. The food was not what we wanted to have in our bodies every day, or spend the money in the cafeteria. So everybody kind of got together, and everybody brought some healthy. That's when I first started eating avocado. That group introduced me to avocado, and I love it to today. So think about not your friend group as much as your growth group. Who's in your growth group? Faith Life Action Community, Phoenix, where are your virtual growth group? Now, who among the people that you see every day are in your growth group? How about we stop trying to hunt for and search for and lament about friends so much as trying to find people to add to your growth group? Ponder that. Who's in your growth group? What kind of people need to be in your growth group in order for you to grow in the areas that you're working on? All right, Phoenix, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to go and take a shower and ingest something so I can get my strength back up, and just have a good evening. All right, y'all, let's continue to rise every day. Have a good one.